Day 56, the sun is fast approaching. One food ration has again been stolen from the kitchen. We are 5 hours away from a magnet storm. There's a rebellion going down in 22 minutes. It is our third rebellion we've survived. If we check in on our altars here, the technician is furious. Jan the scientist is sad. The botanist is frightened. The refiner is feeling okay. Jan worker is sad. And Jan guard is okay. Now, when we look at their event logs, they're mostly upticks. You can see here, Jan the guard uptick. I'm grateful Jan gave me my old trading cards. It felt awesome to sleep in my own cabin. It felt great to have a proper workout. And the one downtick is the bucket list ceremony was a disaster. And same thing with most everyone else. Just overwhelming upticks, except for Jan the refiner. Hold on. He worked too long. He doesn't like how excited the worker is. Yeah, all right. Great stuff going on. Our main goal here is to research the neutralizer tower to try and survive the planet. And that is in the queue. We can create the tabula rasa. It's probably a achievement or something. I don't care. I'm not interested in creating some life form to harvest. And craft one implant for every altar. It's kind of expensive, actually. This is actually like way harder to do. And build a dormitory, which we have done. And don't let anyone die. And research the park with bench module. That is up next in our research. Question the suspects. Oh my goodness. So we're just waiting on the scientists to get this work done. That's the most important thing. We're going to have a second day of, instead of standard hours, which are supposed to be 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., which my guys tend to work like noon to 2. They're a lazy bunch of dudes. We've turned crunch on for a big 12-hour day, but the only person who really needs the crunch is the scientist, which is kind of a bummer. Is again, we've got this rebellion coming. Well, I guess we could turn crunch off. They could work a 7-hour day. What would that get done? Would that get done? If we work a 7-hour day, that might be enough to finish. Oh, it's 13 hours of work to get the neutralized towers done, and I would like that done sooner rather than later. We do have one sample, and I was intending to put it on module shields too. Things just do not break during a magnetic storm. But that's another 6 hours of research. And my suspicion is we're going to be better off going for the free climbing mod, reduce the energy costs for medium and high climbs to 0. I feel like that's just going to get a lot of good value. As if we'd gone with that at the start of this zone, would have solved a lot of our zone problem. And we're going to try and build 2 more radiation repulsors. It does add quite a bit of mass to the base. However, if we can just get one more built, which we're going to need 40 minerals, we have 0. If we can just get one more built, I think that'll actually negate the entirety of the filter need, which will be pretty big. I think this Rapidium we don't know how to get. I think there's a way to do it. I think I figured it out. Apparently these time dilations can be defeated. There's some kind of maybe that thing in the middle of them. I don't see it anywhere.
I finished my tasks. Want me to take care of this now?
I don't see it anywhere. There it is.
Nothing more to do here.
And that clears out the zone. There's somewhere floating inside of that zone. I know we're in a magnet storm. There's somewhere floating inside the zone. Crazy as it sounds, a thing we can pick up like that. And that's how you clear out those little time anomalies, and more importantly, it's also how you access this vein. Which means we now have 1 Rapidium. And the second Rapidium as well. So it looks like filter drain decrease 0%. Interesting, we now need 4 of them. In the bottom, it seemed to say 3. I wonder if that's for each base expansion. Research lab is researching. Just 4 hours away from neutralizing towers. And, man, I'd love to get this large storage. We're going to go for the module shield. On one hand, I think the free climber is probably really, really strong. This really held back our progress in this zone. We don't know what the next zone is going to be, but we know the base is going to be there. And if this prevents the base from breaking during magnetic, like with a module T2 shield, they never get damaged during magnetic storms and don't break down. I think that's worth having. We spent our planetary sample on it. The last one we're going to get in this act, this chapter. And if nothing else, it means we can keep someone assigned not on working, but instead we can keep someone assigned on just having a good day, right? Just being productive in the best possible way. Where did the guard go? The food thief again? Man, just keeps going.
We're not getting any closer to finding the food thief. Your lead turned out to be false. I verified it. Yeah, it did. I know that now. You mean you caught him? I pretty well did. On camera? Yeah, I have the footage. But it happened during the night. It was dark and, we all look pretty similar in our pajamas.
Are you kidding right now? We all look distinctly different. I have a full head of hair. You have a full beard. Pajamas or not, we are not that identical.
You know what? I'm beginning to think you're messing with me. I'm only trying to help. And it's not like I've got nothing for you. What do you have? A first-rate sense of smell. What? Yep. You want me to accuse a man of theft based on your opinion that he left his smell in the kitchen? Are you for real? It's a good lead.
It would be the psychotic union leader who's like, oops, I got hurt at work. Of course you did.
What happened in the workshop? I had an accident. Something broke, I think. I should have inspected that module a long time ago.
All right, hopefully he's happy enough. I'm gonna go to bed. Hopefully we wake up and the workshop is done. What is this? What's happening? Game over. The altar has rebelled against you. What? What are you talking about? You're kidding me, right? Apparently this is a known bug that developers have said they're working on trying to fix, where you satisfy all conditions for a rebellion to not end your game and it just goes through. I think maybe part of the issue on my end was I built all the personal cabins and then I destroyed the dormitory. And then they all came to me and were like, hey, why is the dormitory destroyed? We're sleeping on the floor. But their event log showed they all slept in their personal cabins. And so even when I rebuilt the dormitory, the rebellion still went off. So we're going to go back maybe 10 days just to make sure things don't play out quite the same way. I'm going to try and make all the same exact decisions and get us back into, that magnetic storm on day 56. I think the magnetic storms are scripted when they come, what day they come on, or how long they come after certain events. So hopefully we can avoid this bug and get around it. Because if I go enough days back, about 7, I think we're safe from making that same mistake. I'm a little upset here. We're on day 55 and we made one small change, as far as I can tell, which is build the garden. The technician gave us the sad story about how he liked to sit with his mom at the garden, blah, blah, blah. And when we picked up that hollow deck, where the only thing up way on top of the mountain was the garden module, we picked that up. So we built that instead of the personal cabins. And lo and behold, guess what? The altars still had a rebellion. Even though we not only had the garden. Oh, we got to talk to him. Here. There we go.
Not bad, huh? It really hits all your senses. The sound of the birds chirping in your ears, the summer breeze on your face. Quite the immersive experience. You forgot to mention the stench of mold in the air conditioning. Well, it can't all be perfect, can it? Apparently not. So, I was wondering, how much more did I not know about Mom? What? Well, it seems you got to know her better after our lives separated. I'd love to know what you talked about on that bench. So, this is what it's all about, huh? You just want to sit down and make up for lost time.
These are QTEs, by the way. When you catch them in a room after them asking for it, you have to walk right into the exclamation point before they leave the room. I've missed several of them, just not being fast enough.
You don't get to just collect a few nice memories and pretend you lived my life. You chose the easy way back then. You want it easy now. How do you know it was easy? I had my own problems. What if your life was actually easier? You know she wasn't alone in the end, but that's not enough for you. You're still making it about yourself. Just look at us.
This is why this guy's so exhausting. He said, hey, I'm really struggling here. I had a nice time at the garden with Mom. We make a garden. Him. Oh, so all you want to know is, no, we're trying to do a nice thing for you. That's it.
You're just pretending to care because you need us to get back to your lousy life. And all I'm seeing is the same guy who left Mom.
Yeah, the technician is hot garbage. They only cause trouble. Again, though, find a way to heal the altars. New threat of rebellion. Huge problem here. You can see above, we can already do QC hacking to get the tabula rasa or craft an implant for everyone. We're going to craft the implant for everyone. Day 56, the sun is approaching. The rebellion's on the way. We're just not in a good way. We're not in a good way. And the next storm in a couple hours here. And by a couple hours, it's now. We'll craft implants all day. Look at all these failures. Wow. Pretty significant. Oh, all of them. Okay. We'll repair this. Trying to make it through the storm.
I'm guessing you received instructions from Lena about an alternative solution to our problem. I want you to know that I have those implants ready. A nanoparticle treatment, yes, that's smart.
Okay, looks like that did save us from the rebellion. We actually need to craft these neutralizer towers at 160 minerals each. We still have another 200 minerals here on the base expansion. So we were at least 400 minerals away. Not counting the shields. I would love to be able to get a shield on some of these rooms here. Kitchen or gym or something. But you can see a shield is going to also cost minerals as well. Everything costs us minerals. And we have both mineral stations actually locked up, set up, and on board. Day 57. The sun is approaching. We're still in the magnetic storm. Another 17 hours. Altars and the kitchen are reading the bucket list. This is what I'm talking about. If you miss this little... like that little blurb there in the... there, bottom left. Altars are in the kitchen reading a bucket list. Then you miss it. In short, there's nothing we can do until tomorrow. I think we're going to go to bed. And hopefully the day moves forward. We're at 110 minerals. We're hoping to get to 200 here. Day 58. The sun is dangerously close. High planet activity. Night radiation starts even earlier. Anomaly activity is increased. A new internal vein has appeared on the planet's surface. Wait a second. An internal vein for a planetary sample? Everybody's pretty... looks pleased. Everyone's pretty good. I mean, the technician's never been better. Motivated, rebellious. All right, let's get outside and see if we can find that internal sample. This is going to be the defining moment here if we can. There is another sample. Oh, that is crazy exciting. Being able to get this sample is pretty massive. We don't know where the endpoint is for it. We're going to find out, though.
Looks like we're running out of repair kits, you know?
There it is. There it is. The giant one. It is Guardian. Oh my goodness, we found it. We can definitely get the large storage, but I don't think we will. I think it's going to be better off going with the free climbing, reduce the energy cost from medium and high climbs to 0. I think that probably gets the most value. And then next planetary sample we go suit upgrade. I think that's probably the most likely. I'd love to get this large storage. I just don't think it's really going to be as much value as just being able to climb costing nothing. We're going to go for it. One thing we should probably do before I completely forget is set up a travel pylon on the other side. I bet we're going to want that. I bet we're going to have to go back to that previous point and slap down. We have 6 days till the next storm. Slap down a big travel. Go the right way. Yeah, cross here. This normal pylon, we're going to change to a travel pylon. Some altars are arguing in the research lab. Of course they are. Here and then left. Not enough energy. See, that's what I'm talking about. We had 10 suit packs today. We got in a scenario like this where now we had to burn one to be able to... travel pylon. We had to burn one to be able to get to where we're going. Here we go. Of course, it's the technician and the scientist.
Well, I'm not a tool, so you better show some respect.
Day 59. So we have 5 days to get out of here. I don't know if we can do it. Attend the meeting in the kitchen. Don't love that. Just wait. This is when we find out. Hello, hello, hello.
We finally might have a cure for your condition.
Okay. Let's hope it's a good one. Let's hold off celebrating till we hear it. I hope we're not trusting anyone from the corporation.
We can use neural implants. It's a safe and efficient solution, but there is a risk, a high risk, in fact, that the corporation will find out about your existence.
What? Well, maybe it's time to man up and confront them about it. Who said it's a bad thing if they find out? I mean, they're humans too. I don't believe they'll just dispose of us in cold blood. You don't know brain implants can be hacked, man. Oh, so you've decided for us, without even giving us an alternative. What's the alternative? Slicing up Tabula Rasa's brain while he's alive? It's a good decision, Jan. I'm willing to take the risk. Anything is better than letting the corporation mess with our heads. Let's stop wasting time and get on with it. We knew from the start we weren't born into a fairy tale. Exactly. We weren't born into a fairy tale. Because we weren't born at all. We were just created to prolong this loser's meaningless life. Truth is, there is no good way out of this mess. The branching was, from the start, it was, Is he unconscious? He's breathing. Get him some water. It's getting worse. We need a cure now.
Well, this is terrifying.
Are you okay? I think so. At least it's not causing me any physical discomfort. And it looks like it didn't kill me. Maybe I underestimated Lena. Great. Maybe in time you'll just be able to forget about it. What's done is done. All that matters now is whether we can continue our mission safely. Time to get the others, I suppose. I'll leave you to it.
Conflict of values. You made a choice to have a strong impact on your relationship. Some will approve, others against. This will have a permanent effect on their attitude towards you. Surprise, surprise. Jan, the worker, and technician have a little lock symbol. Ooh. So we're going to put both of them to contemplation pod. I don't really want them working on whatever it is they are doing, as I think they're more likely to sabotage us than anything else. We're going to make sure the research lab has the scientist, refinery, the greenhouse. So if that's the case, then we're going to be down to the scientist, the botanist, the refiner, and the guard. We can survive with that. It's not optimal. Don't misunderstand the situation here. It's a little uncomfortable, but the botanist can flip between greenhouse and kitchen, as can the research lab, and the refiner and the guard can work on the inside stuff and we run outside stuff. And hopefully we can get enough monies down to survive. Now, we knew that these guys were going to be upset. The technician, because he's just the worst, and the worker, because anything that wasn't his idea, he's against.
Hey, I know you were against it, but in the end, I decided to trust Lena's solution. So, how do you feel after the procedure? I don't feel anything, which I guess is good. I try not to think about it too much, having that piece of metal forage around in my head. Actually, I'm trying to think about completely random in case someone really is hacking my thoughts.
Basically, everyone is upset about the decision, but it was going to go, I feel like they're going to be upset either way.
So, how do you feel after the procedure?
Much better. I went back to my workout today, and it felt great.
Lucas probably wants to know about Rapidium. Here it comes. Oh, look, report on collecting Rapidium.
Hey, man.
Jan, what's up?
Well, I'm calling to let you know Rapidium's piling up in the base nicely.
So we need to escape in 5 days, which means we need to make these neutralizer towers. And these neutralizer towers cost 160 minerals. I don't know that there are 160 minerals we can harvest in the next 5 days here.